Hi, this is Mark Oelze with PLEDGEtalk and another communication tip. Several years ago, my family went through a traumatic experience when our home was broken into. Thankfully, we weren't home when it occurred, or things would have been much worse. Lining the hallway are pictures of those who matter most to me in my life. And if I was home when that intruder came in, believe me, it would not have been a pretty sight. It would have been an all-out brawl. Unfortunately, whenever a conflict occurs in relationships, it's not a pretty thing. Why is this? It's because of the tension that's created. Whether you have a large fight, even something like I've just described, or just a large argument, or down here on the other end of the continuum, when you just had a difference of opinion, there's tension. There's tension in the relationship. And that tension creates an experience where it doesn't feel safe. So what do we do when we don't feel safe? We put our arms up to fight, and we begin reacting, and we do everything we can to hold our position. Well, that does not help the conversation move ahead in a good direction. So what do we need to do? We need to take the fourth step of pledge, which is we need to drop our arms. We need to disarm the tension that the other person feels by lowering our arms and validating their perspective. It's the fourth step of pledge, the process we teach and train people to resolve conflict and to deepen their relationship and connection with others. The first step is to pause. When you find yourself in a conflict, someone hit the pause button so we don't hurt each other anymore. Then that same person volunteer to listen. Listen to understand their perspective first. And when you do, then go to the third step, which is to echo back what it is you have heard them say. And when they nod their head to say, yes, that's correct, then go to that fourth step where you disarm the tension between you by validating, letting them know, now I see, now I understand. It makes sense why you felt the way you did or had that story or perspective that you did. It doesn't mean that you necessarily agree with all of that, but you take a step of vulnerability by lowering your own arms and easing the tension as a result between them, creating a sense of safety then between you. And you say to the other, that makes sense. Or you do that by telling the others, it makes sense. I understand what you're saying. And you get quiet. That's the fourth step of pledge. Disarming the conflict by validating them. This is Mark Oelze with PLEDGEtalk. If you found this helpful, please share this with others, as we're doing all we can to try to help others find peace in their relationships. Thank you. Bye for now.